Namaste. Well, thank you, Instagram. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone on YouTube. I'm going live on Instagram and Facebook. Namaste. Welcome, 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 everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm going live with Corona today. She's a beautiful soul that I'm sure all of you are going to absolutely love her. And the topic of the day would be about Kundalini yoga. You have no request. Okay. Welcome, 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 everyone. Namaste. Before Corona shows up, I'm going to tell you an overall read for the energy of the universe on the planet Earth on what's the day today? October 21st. Today, guys, Saturn is extremely active. Saturn is the old teacher, he's the old professor of university that is very, very, very tough, and he wants to make sure that everything that we're doing, all the actions that we're taking, is very structured. Like we are very grounded and we're just not being sloppy, just doing whatever, but um, it's basically having structure, knowing what we want to do. Why do you want to do it, or why do we want to do it? And then we also know Saturn for what should we do for the height. I will tell you in a second. Mhm. And we also know Saturn as the karmic planet. We know that Saturn, like Jupiter, it's a huge planet, and um, Saturn is karmic. So basically, we all know one of the laws of the universe is whatever we sow, we shall grow, right? So if we have put in seeds of um, good karma, good deed, our intentions are clear and clean, because we all know that universe works with our intentions, right? So if our intentions are clear, we are loving, um, the universe also give us the feedback and show us more of the good deed or the good soul that we are sowing, right? So basically, right now, some of you might feel very constructed, very feeling a little density. You might feel more pain in your shoulders. Things are kind of like, okay, I want to do so much things, but the ground is not ready and you cannot move. So this is the overall general energy right now. The solution would be to quiet down yourself, slow down a little bit, and then try to, as you guys know my teaching, we constantly have to be aware of the thinking machine, the mind and the ego. So be very observant of the mind and ego. Try to meditate more, try to quiet down. Have you guys seen our animation? Thought, cut, silent. We finally managed to have someone, Atife, to make that animation. Have you guys all seen that animation? The monkey that is going to the past and is going through all the memories, the storylines of the ego, and he's crying and he's devastating and he's sad. And then the monkey mind jumps to the future. At the beginning, the monkey gets excited. Oh my God, I want the house and I want this and I want that. And then the monkey mind realizes that it's too many things, too far away. And because the monkey wants so much, um, he, he, he or she gets disappointed. That is, so many things that I want. I have so many dreams and wishes, but it's so hard for me to achieve them. They are so far away. So then again, the monkey mind gets disappointed because it doesn't see itself as being capable to have and achieve all of his or her goals, right? So because of that, we come up to the higher awareness that the monkey suddenly realizes there is a golden scissor in his mind, and he start using it. He start cutting the thought from the past and the future, and suddenly that he's very happy. Okay, I see my guest is here. Hi, Caroline. Can you? There we go. There she is. Da, 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 da. What a beautiful day. Namaste, darling.
Namaste. It's so nice to meet you.
Same
Let me
here.
just get you. I didn't know if I was going to find you or not. I'm so blessed to be here. Waheguru.
Thank you so much. Same here, Lovey. Love the hat,
you.
love the hair, love the outfit, everything beautiful.
Yes, yes, we're masking everything in the high country. You see, we live in the forest.
Where are you exactly? Tell my followers where you live, Lovey.
I'm in a little mountain town called Gold Hill, Colorado, and it's super. I live on 150 acres in the middle of nowhere, and I have to say, it takes a brave soul. So come visit me, come and stay, dear one, and thank you for having me.
I would love to go. I love Colorado. I came there maybe let me refreshen up my memory. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I came there and I took a course, crash course. Have you heard of healers who share?
Well, yeah. We are healers who share. Are you kidding?
So are you familiar with David?
David, what's his last name?
I can't remember, but 4 or 5 years ago, when I came there, David was the teacher, and David is actually the starter of Healers Who Share.
Okay, are they in Boulder? We'll have to make an introduction. I'd love to go and help.
Definitely, David. So Google Healers Who Share, but because David is very out there, when I was taking his courses, they were talking about their that I don't know, FBI or whatever, people who don't want everyone to awaken, they constantly shut down their social media platform, and they shut down their website and that stuff, because David is, his lectures are very out there. But they work with they make some water, and they have a factory over there that it works with vibrations. So David has like over 2,000 formulations that they use a card like credit card, and that reads the vibration. It changes the vibration of water to whatever illness. If you have high blood pressure, or if you have MS or leaky gut or da da da. But oh my God, it was so hard. I mean, David told us at the beginning, because there are three different courses, and I did a crash one. I did all of them at the same time. And David said, when you take this course, is you come out as becoming a medical doctor. And he wasn't kidding, because we got like this much files of information about different illnesses and all that, the causes of illnesses. And they gave us even flash that we have to go through all these things. So it was amazing. It was like really intense. We had to sit in a class from 9 a.m. till 7 or 8 p.m. with 1 hour of lunch break in between. But anyway, look them up. I'm sure you're going to love them.
Well, I am so, we so often forget why we're even here on this planet, except to serve and drink water and heal and help each other and embrace and love each other. And I find myself getting invited more and more just to learn from you what I just learned from you. Which was like this whole gulp of a bottle of water. I don't even have to drink it now. You just exchange that energetic. So I'm, so grateful to know about, so many people are in this world wanting to find a place to serve and to offer a devotional practice from their heart, and really to like carve out their heart chakra in such a way. That's why everyone's making the heart emoji. Everyone, heart. Look at all the hearts here. I love you all. I love your hearts. I can, it's just this vibration. This gong next to me is singing, and it's just we are in the most phenomenal time in our lives, and to be alive. I don't care if you're 108 or if you're in the womb, or if you're the bodhisattvas waiting to come in. We're just lining up the bodhisattvas to come in to be birthed through these millennial couples, wherever they want to be birthed, calling them in. Because what I'm seeing through my own heart chakra and eyes and is this wisdom of this baby that's coming in, that she or he can't speak a word, but it's like the eyes and the ears and the mouth and the body is just so embracing whoever's in front of it. Whether it be a four-legged, a winged one, the plant kingdom, all those that creep and crawl and fly, right? It's just like, and so we're really on this planet now to birth, Sudi, the entirety of why we were chosen to live at this time. And one of the things that, I wanted to share with you, you started with water. And the water element, I'm in this wonderful book on sacred stories publishing, and I have my own publishing company called Light on Light Publishing Company, where we invite everyone's wisdom heart and to start writing. I want your authentic voice. I want you to contribute, Sudi. I want you to bring in your book and come to Light on Light Press and let us publish it. Okay, so super good invitation right there.
Beautiful. Yes, I'm in.
Oh yes. So continuing with the water, I had Swamiji from Puja Swamiji from Parma. After 7 years of journeying there and opening my heart chakra and walking the banks of the Mata Ganga and listening to the lectures and doing yoga and just becoming the observer of the observed of myself, and doing the level 1, level 2, level 3 teacher training courses where we had to dig trenches so that the rain would go into there and not into our tent. I mean, it was like the most heavy duty awakening situations that we have to find in our life to become this bhakti yogi, to become this sacred place. And this day today is so significant with this moon, whatnot, but more so with the conversations you're listening to. And that when you started with water, Swamiji purified, did a water ceremony. On the second he was leaving to go, I was taking him to the airport. Oh, Karuna, we must go to the water ceremony. He grabs a vessel, a copper vessel out of my kitchen, right, that my dad had given me. No, there's a billion things he could have grabbed. And he grabs this copper vessel, and we have a couple of people there for lunch, and we all gather around my fountain outside, which is, dry from water. It doesn't have any water. It's just a globe, and we go around it, and he starts doing the puja. He does a puja on the banks of the Ganga every night in the arti. And you sit there early. You get there early so you can sit around the fire and the puja's going. And he comes, and we do the svaha. We place the seeds into the good, the bad, the ugly. Everything goes into the fire. And he holds this humongous long spoon, and the ghee is running down the spoon into the puja. So all of our good, the bad, the ugly will go into the fire, into the ashes, into the phoenix, into the heavens, and just be forgiven. And he's so insistent we do this before he goes to the airport. We're running late, and he has to do this water ceremony. And I'm so grateful because in this book I was mentioning that I presented an article, a story from my heart, from triumph to tragedy, or from tragedy to triumph. And it's it's the story of when I walked into my home 2 years ago on Halloween. And it was literally pouring from the inside of my house out. And I walk up, and then the windows are fogged from the inside out. It's usually the other way around, right? It's the last thing you want to enter. And I go in, and it's like a waterfall, and all the paintings, all the artwork, and the floors are even starting to shrivel up because it's been like maybe 5 hours since it's been pouring from the inside. And lo and behold, what do I do? Because Sudi, when we're caught in that situation and there's no one to look at, no one to blame, you're on your own. What are you going to do? It's just like when you're having a dark night of the soul. Yep. What are you going to do? You're going to wake up and do what? And I want to give you something to do on a dark night of the soul. I want to give you a cold shower. I want to give you stretch pose. I want to give you a place where these are just angelic realms coming in to clear that past karma. The water ceremony to clear what I'm about to say. What do? You call the neighbor. You shut off the pump. Okay, and we're women. We're like pioneers, and it's 4:30, getting dark, and you pull the painting of Joshua Reynolds, so it's a humongous gold gilded frame off the wall, because then you go, where did you even get that strength? And yet, I speak here humbly to you today after just doing a yoga practice and sitting with everyone and honoring that silence of what do you do? Honoring that water wisdom, honoring that place of which you go into ceremony, you go into the puja. Every day with this Kundalini I offer you, it's just like the base of the spine. It has nothing to do if I ask you to keep your arms here. It's like, it's okay. Just say here, come here. Just drop them, come here, but no in between. No time for the in between chatter. So, it's an honor to be with everyone today and to have everyone here, and I love you all.
Beautiful.
I hope you all come to yoga.
I should come first to Colorado, but there's something with I went to Peru couple of years ago. And you know, the high altitude, I always have such a low blood pressure, and it takes me forever to get used to the higher altitude, right? So when I came to Colorado, it was the same thing. Like, I couldn't get adjusted to it. And one day I came earlier and David was there, the teacher, healers who share. I said, David, I am totally dizzy. And he was like, great, because I was the only one who constantly was butting head with David in the class. Why are you saying that? Why is it like this? And he loved it because I was very interactive with him. So that day when I came, I said, David, I'm so dizzy. He said, I'm so glad, Sudi, because you're going to be quiet today. And then he said,
Oh,
no,
don't shut that voice up. You've waited lifetimes to be this voice.
no, Caroline,
Oh,
but
no.
he was kidding with me. So he had me lay down and he just came to my feet and he said, he just did a couple of held the energy to adjust me. And he helped me in less than 5 minutes. My blood pressure kind of raises up. And he taught us in the class, like, if you're going somewhere, if you're traveling somewhere that is much higher altitude, he taught us how to use the energy to kind of bring that into balance and adjustment. But anyhow, I love Colorado. And I remember, I got to tell you a funny story. A few years back, my ex boyfriend, he was Norwegian, and he was the champion of ski in Norway when he was a young guy, right? So he said to me, we were living in Florida at the time, and he said, let's go skiing to Colorado. And I was like, yeah, I was very excited. And while we were driving, going up the hill, as the car was going up, I felt like my blood pressure is dropping and I was feeling my energy was coming down. So as soon as we got into the ski track, he just went like boom. And I walked to the first guy who I saw there and I said, excuse me, I don't think I'm feeling that well. Boom, I passed out. That's how my blood pressure dropped down. So all of a sudden, they got me on an emergency thing and they're pulling down. And that became my boyfriend's joke forever. That, oh, yeah, I was skiing. And all of a sudden, I saw Sudi going with emergency cases. He's going much faster than I am. Anyhow, they just worked on me for a few minutes, gave me some candies and sugar and chocolate and that stuff. And I came back up. But it's going to take a while, Caroline, for us to get used to, adjust to different temperatures and all that. But anyhow, let's get back to our topic today, Kundalini, because before I started this live, I was on my another page, Sudi Burnett Fitness, and somebody asked me, how do I open my third eye? So this is my question to you, Caroline. I said to her, I said,
call me Karuna, call me Karuna.
Karuna, sorry. Okay.
I don't know, with that accent of yours, my love, call me Karuna.
Karuna.
But I am known as Caroline as well. It was my given name. I was actually named after an All-American football player at the University of Illinois, who's called J.C. Caroline. So I call it Jesus Christ Caroline.
Love that, Karuna.
Yeah. Okay, well, you named me after someone holy already, so what are you going to do?
What do you make of that?
I received Karuna in Varanasi, India, in 2004. So I have to be honored to use the name of Karuna. And whenever, Sudi, you receive a spiritual name, and I received it in Mahashivaratri ceremony, a 24-hour ceremony. So it was a real self-initiation as well as just like a responsibility. So, okay, third eye point, pineal gland or pineal, whatever you want to say. If we imagine, all of you out there in the world, imagine you got to, let's say, become a really amazing musician. Like one of the Beatles, right? How about George Harrison? And you go to India and you know you're passionate about music, and I have no idea where I'm going with this. And you're passionate about music, and you're being, pulled to the guru, the light, right? And you put this flashlight in your third eye point, right? And it just guides you. Your frontal lobe just guides you into the direction in which those people saved me from the flood. Those people saved you on the hill of the mountain to revive you. Just happened to be you were in the right place at the right time to have that experience, that awakening, right? Yet you don't know what to do with it. The kunda, the base of the spine, the coiled up energy at the tip of our tailbone. Just imagine your tip of your tailbone lies dormant through lifetimes until you spiral that energy up to that third eye point, which is where we're going into 2022, by the way, everyone. We're in a 5-year right now, which is why we're speaking about this at throat chakra. So 5 is throat, and it's also parasympathetic, which I put a class up today at Light on Kundalini on my Instagram page. So the videos go up right after I teach. If you miss it, you never miss it. Okay. So we worked on parasympathetic today. So that was really opening up shoulder blades, dropping shoulders, doing some stretches that would find those blades, those wings to start splaying wider. And then what does it do? It helps the throat chakra. We're in a 5-year, 2021. And moving into a 6-year, third eye point, pineal sensory, not senses. Why? Attachments, right? First body, soul body, second body, negative mind, third body, positive mind, fourth body, neutral mind, fifth body, throat chakra, sixth body, arc lines, sensory, seventh body, aura, eighth body, circumvent force, that infinity sign, ninth body, subtle body, 10th body, radiant body, 11th body, Guru Gadan saying the sacred text. Why am I saying all this? When you mention third eye point, because that pineal gland is where you get stuck in the subconscious patterns that filter through your 90% vocabulary, same repetitive actions day after day, from birth till you die, till death. And is there any birth and is there any death? That's another subject. However, this third eye point has to be healthy, helping you discover. When we go into subconscious patterns, let me just say, okay, and I look up to the right here, and I look up to the left because it's the V, it's the 60-degree energy. So Kundalini works with angles and triangles. So it's a yoga of awareness. So it's this awareness around, I'm sitting in a very uncomfortable situation, right? I'm at a dinner party. I know nobody knows me. I'm not at all entertaining or entertained, and I'm super uncomfortable in this situation, right? My sweat glands start to secrete. I know I'm uncomfortable. What do I do?
Good question. What do you do?
I check it. Do I have to stay? Have I gone to a place that feels uncomfortable to me? Is it all these signs telling me that I need to stay? George Harrison went to India. We stayed because it was something about the energy. that was really potent and vibratory and making us a better musician, making us a better person, teacher, heart, bhakti, whatever you want to do, giving us that authentic voice. But when you're sitting in those really women, those uncomfortable men, situations, how do you pick yourself up and say, Sadhana, thank you for inviting me, and not making an excuse like I don't feel well or whatever. Just bowing out. And where do you go from there to be able to be so steady and stable that you can go home and rest peacefully without feeling like you've let anybody down, or you let yourself down by not staying longer? You just know. So the third eye point gives you that 9-second, that split second decision. I can go. Sadhana, or I can stay and work with why I feel uncomfortable. But that's a really beautiful awakened situation for you to empower yourself so you don't get stuck in a trap.
Great.
So it gives you so much encouragement and support, this beautiful third eye point. That's why I say to everyone, it relaxes everything when you smile, and look how beautiful you are. So beautiful. And B, it just like goes right through here. And when you work on your frontal lobe and your drishti, your gaze is over the tip of the nose, the eyes are not crossed. It's just a gaze. If heavy, heavy, heavy pressure comes here, you feel all that awakening back there, and you go, oh, okay, here. And I'm okay with going through what Karuna is asking me to do, to rebirth myself. There's 27 rebirthings. We're doing them every Saturday, 9 a.m. Mountain Time on Light on Kundalini, Instagram. We're here because we're going through the process of awakening these patterns so that we can tick them. We can tick them off. And not upset them, but understand these patterns. So that's all held in this pineal gland, this third eye point. So last thing about that question is, imagine you and I, and we are anyway, because we've never met before, we've never even had a conversation before, everyone. So there, Waheguru. God brings us together, and we can meet from our third eye point. So we're meeting from the 6th chakra, which is the higher triangle of chakras, right? It's not the lower triangle. We've balanced those out with our practice, our hour of practice prior to seeing each other today. And we're here and we're now.
Beautiful. I pinned Marl's text. She said, I'm very sensitive about people's energy these days. Is it related to third eye?
That she's very sensitive? Yes, my love.
But she says, I'm sorry, these days. She's not saying always, she's saying these days. And
yes,
I just want to say, if our circumstances are changing, if I have family members are visiting me from far, does that has an effect on it too? Absolutely, yes. Doesn't it, Karina? Go ahead.
Anyone's energetic you bring into your auric field will have an energy switch up. That is truly when you're like, it's okay, Satnam Waheguru. I'm not trying to make you just like me. I have to find my sense of humor. And, it is dwelling in the really bottom of the sea right now with all that negativity. Oh my God. If we don't pump this navel, dear friend who's asked this question, to get all the way up to this third eye point to say everyone's welcome here. And I'm not afraid to invite you in. And I'm also not going to control what you say, but I'm also going to take it out to the forest if it's truly negative, because those forest people can deal with your negativity a lot better than my situation right now I'm in. So I'm paying attention to who I am, yet I'm not shutting down who they are. They are. And we must receive. We must receive, because there's something about anyone bringing anything in that teaches us something.
Yes, but going back to the fact that I remember many years ago, before I got into this healing and eye opening and all this stuff, um, one of my friend who has just recently got a divorce, she wanted to move in with me. And as an old friend, I was like, okay, I should be there for her. She moved in with me. By next day, early morning, because I always used to wake up early in the morning, I have to come when it's still dark and pure silent and sit in the yard and contemplate and meditate for a few seconds. And I noticed that my heart rate is going really high. 2 or 3 days I have been experiencing this, and all of a sudden it hit me, oh my God, it's her energy affecting me, because she just got a divorce and all day long she was just talking over the phone, dealing with different people to fix her credits, and she was yelling and she was angry, and she brought this negative, poisonous into my space. And then after a month, I said to her, I said, I'm so sorry. I understand that we've been friends for many, many years, but at this time, I really can't take care of this. I can't be in this situation. And I was very open hearted. And I said, listen, this is really poisonous energy. And I don't think I'm willing to take any more of this.
Okay, you guys, did you hear what Sudi just said? I mean, all of you listening, let me see who you all are. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have to say something.
Say it. Say it.
You are the most generous human being. To last 1 month with that type of negativity, we need to schedule some work together. That I hope and pray you will have gone beyond that now, because no thing in the world is to disturb your peace and harmony in your home. And I have a newsletter that goes out every Sunday, and they can get it on. You can get my newsletter on lightonkundalini.com. Sign up for the newsletter, because I speak. It's not I. We speak from the heart here. And I try to get the grammar correct and everything, but I try not to edit it where it's got this systematic way where people, have this reputation now of having a short-term attention span. And I'm like, I'll read a paragraph, I'll read two, whatever, but hopefully it brings you in. One of the subjects that were spoken about was the tendency of our behaviors into other people's spaces, which are very disrespectful, to bring on to another human being's peace and quiet, because we haven't dealt with it ourselves. We have 100 healers on these programs every day for somebody to heal and get through their stuff. Now, I see why she came to you for sure. And a divorce is never easy and never soon enough for some, right?
Yeah.
But it takes courage for both ends of this spectrum. It took courage for you to say, thank you, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave now. And it takes courage for her to even bring it in, or him to bring it into the situation, or them to bring it in to a situation where they need a counselor to mediate.
Excuse me, she was a psychotherapist.
Exactly. So where is my divine feminine sister that knows not to bring her behaviors? Where's my divine feminine heart to know not to accept these behaviors? So it's a very beautiful opportunity of balance here. So when you're non-reactive, right, and we study this all the time, when we can be in our neutral heart, so we're not in our positive mind, which is solar plexus, or our negative mind, which is the core below the belly button, we're pumping all that daily with breath of fire, or moving it with prana, whatever, we're doing something at least an hour to move that. Because as people know that come to practice on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for 1 hour, you poke, you provoke, you confront, and you elevate. And Sanam, you leave your program problem at the door. I was interviewed recently, Sudi, when somebody said, what about the high, the privilege that come to your class and think that they know everything, and they sit there and they're like, they're rich and famous. And I say, are they? I'm like, we are weak.
I didn't notice. Who are they?
Yeah. Honestly, but the one thing I did notice about working in a health club for 15 years in Boulder, Colorado, I would come down this mountain in a 4-foot snowstorm at 7 o'clock in the morning on a hill, on a slidey hill, and I would be there on time to teach those who could show up for that class. The amount of visits to India, the amount of integrity it takes to get down those mountains and then climb back up, sometimes spiraling out, ending up in ditches, having to call AAA. You just don't know what we're up to for that moment in time and space, yet we do know how we enter. And we enter with integrity, we enter clean, we enter pure as we can be in our karmic lifestyles. And we keep switching it up and moving it and dancing with it through all these wonderments of opportunity of living in this time and space. So I ask everybody to pay attention to your behaviors of how you speak to each other. And lean on somebody like Sudi, who's so super, super genius. When you know you can.
Are you telling them to come and stay with me, Caroline?
Never.
I'm sending the invitation to you in Colorado. It would be more beautiful.
I know, because I do welcome, and I am thinking about. So I am thinking I'm going to switch my Costa Rica this year, not go to Costa Rica, which I've done for 11 years, except for the year last year because of the COVID.
Yeah.
And even this year because of COVID. And I'm going to switch it up and invite people home for a 7-day retreat in Colorado. I'm going to do that. And I feel that I have an environment that can hold that either through Zoom,
Yep.
Instagram, live, people can come and rent a room, live, stay, just as they would Costa Rica, but they don't have to go through the customs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
Colorado is
restrictions.
beautiful, and I think you should have a retreat there. And I would love to come and bring my followers and my people also. Let's do a retreat in Colorado.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm thinking, I have a retreat booked for Costa Rica the December 11th through the 18th. So I'm not going. So I'm available this year. So what do you think? I mean, I feel really enthusiastic about being even on Zoom together for a retreat. I love this medium.
Okay, so everyone who is here, tell us who wants to physically be in Colorado. Mitra Jan,
Yes.
hi, love to have you here. Yes, Mitra said, I'll be with you, Sudi Jan. Okay, who else wants to come to a retreat? Yes or no?
See, this is the pineal gland. This answer, see, split second, you said that. Split second.
Yeah,
And
Mitra said, I
it's-
will be there. Okay. Marul said, me too. Mitra and Marul are both from Canada, and I think they both from Toronto.
Oh,
Okay.
I love Toronto. Nice. Welcome. You'll love Colorado. You'll just bring the clothes you wear.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's get back to Kundalini. Let's suppose that some of our followers don't know what Kundalini is and what's the basic to start.
Oh, the basic is your readiness, your presence. That's all you have to come with. Nothing else.
So, going back to the question, I was doing a private coaching session with someone yesterday. So this is my question for you. Oftentimes, I do a session with someone who have been and done everything. Like they have been to India. Some of them are even elder people who were actually visiting while Papa G was alive in India, and Osho, they go way, way back there. And now, Sadhguru is up now, and then they bought the course from Sadhguru, and they travel here. Somebody else was telling me the other day that I went to England to visit Moji and all that. But while we're having this session, they are having issues with their lives and what's happening, their day-to-day lives here right now. So here's my question. Where is all this teaching? I'm going to tell you something. You would not believe that. I have a friend, mutual friend. He's my soul brother. We have met roughly about 15, 16 years ago. When I got into this path of healing and whatever, that it just fell down in my lap, I wasn't even looking for it. To be truly honest and transparent, when this healing ability came to me, I was resisting it. And for 2 months, I was like, no, I'm not ready for the responsibility. I don't want to do it, blah, blah, blah. But finally, I gave up anyway. I surrendered finally. But this friend of mine, the soul brother, has been into this path for many, many, many years. I mean, he was the one who went to India at age 18 or 19. He's been with all these gurus from Osho to Papaji and all the gurus he just shop around in India. And then we've been friends for all these years. And last year, he kept calling me every single night. And this is a guy who wanted to have a liposuction for a little bit of belly bulge that was down here. And every night I have to hear about different surgeon that he visited in Beverly Hills today. And finally I said to him, I said, listen, I'm done. I mean, I cannot believe that we claim to be enlightened master, yet we are so worried and conscious about how we look that we wanted to go and have a surgery to get rid of this. He was like, no, I had issues with it since I was 10 years old. Anyway, when it comes to day-to-day life, they have no knowledge of how to contemplate this knowledge into their daily lives. And I'm just shocked and amazed. Where has all those teaching gone? I mean, you had gurus, one gurus after another. And when I see them or when I talk to, oh, I know all this, I know all this. So I'm looking for this missing link. Where is the missing link? I got all this knowledge, but then again, I don't know what to do with my husband. I don't know what to do with my kid. I don't know what to do, how to act or react with my business or my family. Back to you, Carla.
Love you, Sudi. So the answers, you said the answer to this lovely being about his belly fat. He's had this issue since he's 10 years old. That was the key to unlock the issue right there. It does. You can travel the world. You can wear the clothes. You can put on the mask. You can take off the mask. You can go to this guru or that teacher or wherever. You can run and run and run until you're rabid. But yet, when you sit with yourself in rebirthings, or you sit with yourself in the 4,000 kriyas we have, non-linear kriya, all of a sudden it wakes up that enrich, gives you that key to turn that lock and unlock that in which you've been dealing with since the man said he was 10 years old. He got this belly fat. It's an issue that most likely goes back to the womb. Most likely goes back to the parent. Most likely goes back to when he was 7 years old, actually. And he had his first consciousness cycle where he started to see his parents fight. He started to see the unhappiness in the world. He started to listen to the dialogue between his siblings. And he started to realize, oh my God, I am just going to be this way for the rest of my life. Because he is, and she is, and we are. If we all look at that first consciousness cycle at 7, ask yourselves, all of you, right now, go there right now, let's practice. Where were you at 7, and when did you start looking through your own eyes versus your parents' decisions and their eyes? And when we go into the dream state and the awakened state, they become the same state because all of our ancestral relatives, 7 generations before, 7 generations to come, will be affected by this work you do with the Kundalini yogic practice we offer here at Light on Kundalini. It's so super personal and it's so relative to, yes, you can go follow everyone. You can go do anything you want to the outer skin, but until you get to the inner skin, those organs, the endocrine system, that pineal gland we spoke about earlier. The pituitary gland, the master gland, until you change your diet of how you hear things, not only eat things, you stay that same way. But when you do start to awaken it and have dark nights of the soul, and they're just nightmares that have been lingering, and they don't actually come back once you've had them in a conscious way, you start to realize it's okay wherever you've been and whatever you're doing is literally on a pathway to opening you up to your authentic voice and listening from there. So you can listen to Muji, you can listen to Babaji, who's so delightful to listen to. Jay Krishnamurti has wonderful YouTube. You know, there's wonderful mentor. You can listen to so many people. I'm a part of the Parliament of World Religions. There's so many people going to these programs when we could. Sands and non-duality. All these programs I taught the yogic practice in. Very, very rare yogic practices. Even the University of Vermont in Burlington, I taught rebirthing to scientists that have never even moved the body. And they're like, what? But the next day when they rebirth, they're like, oh, oh, I just shook hands with my soul. Literally, it happened. Because in Kundalini yoga, it takes 6 months to master, if you ever want to master. In Hatha yoga, it takes 22 years. We don't have that time anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I love your patience, Sudi.
Well, thank you.
I love your welcome. I love your tolerance. And here's the deal. See this finger? This finger is Saturn. So all these fingers, Jupiter, Saturn, Sun, Mercury. Thumb, id, ego. Placing this mudra or this mudra if you're going into a meeting. So holding your Mercury finger down, which is communication, under the desk and you're being interviewed or auditioned or whatever it is.
Thank you.
Hi.
I want you to meet Mitra.
You know,
This is one of my other friends, Mitra. She's the one from Toronto that she said she wants to come and visit. I wanted you guys to meet each other.
Thank you for sending invitation. Such a pleasure to be here.
You're so welcome.
It's wonderful to have you because I noticed that you said I can add something to it. So I said, come on up and say whatever you would love to add.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Carol. If I want to first pronounce your name correctly, could you please? Karuna.
Very easy. It means compassion.
Yeah, Karuna. Very nice to meet you. I'm so thrilled to be here, unexpected. Thank you so much, Sudi John. I do believe that Sudi is just a phenomenon on the planet, and she's surrounded like people like you, and thank you. I'd like to just add it to the added value to your answer, the question of the Sudi about the person who was a soul brother with Sudi and wanted to surgery. I didn't even introduce myself, Corona, for you. I'm Mitra. I the act of the self-awareness almost 20 years. 15 years I've been through all Asian countries with retreats from the Japan, Jakarta, all across Thailand, anywhere. 5 years live with Hindus and different to find the truth. And it's my favorite topic, you guys. And I have lots of connection with Sudi. So I like to bring added value in this rule of myself, that person in one side of the evaluation, you explain it perfectly, and it resign with myself. Another side, because I meet always these people in my life, like him, they are not enough with themselves, because still they go Sudijan all the way to all the classes, things, retreats. I was one of them 25 years ago. I did my noise. I don't do anything because I hadn't had this knowledge. I wanted to be heard, because I was voiceless. I wanted to people see me, to present it. It's pain. And that things for even your friend, we in my profession now, we call it STERBs. Short-term relieving energy behaviors.
Can you repeat that, please?
STERBs. Short-term relieving energy behaviors. It's a short time.
Right. Short term, and then they return. And that is so beautifully said, Mitria, because that is one of the things that people start the courses, the rebirthing courses, and they say, will this come back? Because everybody's getting used to it return.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it won't. I never say promise as a rule. And the truth where I find my own is through my experience, like you.
Me too.
I don't have, I don't have the nerve to do surgeries and even get shots. I found I feel very healthy in the sense of I know who I am, but yet we have my sister and we did have a saying before, she used to remind me, you're enough, you're enough, you're enough. And, this is part of waking up, growing up, cleaning up, to show up. And you're showing up, and well done. And you're young, and you're awake. And even if we're 108, we're young and we're awake because we're happy to be alive and living in these times.
True. Corona. I want to again back true. At this level of our mind, body states, we are the same level. I do believe a sign. That's why it wasn't planned. Sudi sent me the link. That is no, we are at the different level but connection. I know who I am now, but I want to respond those people that still they are frustrated because the feeling of disconnected. I did surgery for my nose, but again, I wasn't happy.
Of course.
This is we are dealing. This is at this moment, especially my back home, my family, my sibling, my entire Iran, people are doing unbelievable injection things, boobs, everything, cut off their stomach, their gut. But we are there that these are signs for them to find themselves. Yes, they are lost. I was one of those lost people. And we will get there.
And I love you so much.
I love
for
you
coming on and sharing. Thank you so much. until we change the brain, we'll never change the mind.
We'll
never change the mind until we work on with our brain and our mind together. And as we start from our heart, this is why love your wrinkles. You've earned them.
Yeah, I have them. I love them.
You've earned every smile line you carry. You've earned them, and it's okay. But we can continuing to change the outside, but those are the problems lying on the inside.
True.
And they're not problems.
No.
They're just little aggressive karmic patterns that we can politely entertain through meditation.
True. Exactly. Because again, I love Sudi knows that I love to share my own personal stories, because I was not those days 25 years ago. Even I know third eyes for over 10 years. Because when you don't know this knowledge, this technique to be connected to yourself, it is like all the mitra. I call myself all the mitra. I have a different color because this is old mitra. To look at it every single day. Oh, how much I was not knowledgeable skills, because when I haven't any knowledge about third eyes, I had a feeling of confusion.
Of course.
Feeling of uncertainty.
Of course.
Feeling of the lack of purpose. I didn't know what's my mission. I was predict, and I was ego. I'm a doctorate. I'm a PhD student. Blah blah blah. Those short things.
Yeah, those are the PhDs I taught at Burlington at the university in Vermont, and they were like, "What are we doing?" And I was like, that's a title, and well done. That was very hard to earn that. Are you kidding me? And you have so much purpose with this PhD and these scientists and this and everything. So acknowledging. I like that you wear the young mitri. I call her not the old. I call her the young mitri.
Oh.
I like, and I want to acknowledge the young mitri right now.
Yeah.
I want to tell her thank you for bringing you to harmony and grace in your life, and to giving you patience to get through, those early onsets of awakening. Those are not easy, but now guess where we're going, ladies? We're going to the opening up.
Yes.
Yeah. And in order to teach, we had to have all those experiences. Hello? I mean, I was, there at those parties where I felt uncomfortable. I can only pull from my own experience. And thank God, Guru, put me all over the world to have these experiences. And thank God, Guru, that Goddess, that I have a memory and a photographic memory, and had been photographed a lot in these places. So I have pictures on the wall. And one of the really amazing things I see is when very young, when young people come and stay with me, because I invite people in, and they stay and they're random. They're Airbnb people, because I have an Airbnb in Gold Hill, right in my home. I open my doors to unknown people, and they're like, "What have we just come into?" And so many start to practice from this Airbnb. It's called Royal Room with 33 Peaks, Gold Hill, Colorado. And it's on Airbnb, and it's super cozy. It's super beautiful. And they're like, first of all, how could you do this? this is like the most beautiful home I've ever been in, with extreme architecture. You can read the review. And I look back at my 18-year-old self, my first life cycle lifestyle. I was always sharing at that place. I wanted and then when I started traveling the world through Ford models in New York, I'd go everywhere. I'd send postcards to everyone. I talked to I wanted everyone with me doing what I was doing. I wanted to share the whole thing. And, and circumstances weren't always perfect. I lost a beloved early on, a beloved sister early on. There was just so much triumph to tragedy, tragedy to triumph in my life. Yet somehow I just kept my head above the water and just kept bobbing it, kept bobbing it, kept asking the heavens for guidance, and for recognition and for hope and for, and now it feels like what you just said, all of us said, we're coming together. In the Aquarian age, we have come together. We are one. We are now. We are presently here.
True.
So, sorry guys, I want to just give you a time up that we're going to end the live in less than 10 minutes. But anyhow, stay here. Corinna, it was lovely having you yesterday. I just recently merged to do Join Live with Mitra and another friend of us, mutual friend of us, Marianne. So we've been doing Join Live the last couple of weeks, and it's 1 week is in my Instagram. Yesterday was in Mitra's Instagram. So we come in sort of like a soul sister. Unfortunately, because the live is in Farsi, we have to teach you Farsi first, so then you can join us also in our Farsi Instagram. But anyhow, my point.
I'm so connected to Farsi.
Yeah.
I'm so connected to all you, everyone out there speaking Farsi. And it was early on, I had this deep connection, and I'm sure lifetimes there with you.
Yeah.
In your country and in your language. So it's familiar to me on a deep, deep level. And I was told a couple of times that they felt me there.
So amazing. So amazing.
So Corinna, I think the next level, after you already know enough about Kundalini, now it's time for you to learn Farsi.
Yeah.
And I can find you. Yes,
so
and I can find you at least 3,000 followers right now that are willing to teach you Farsi for free. So just tell us when, and the teachers are here.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you kidding? I'm ready. Just send me a line every day and I'll learn that line and I'll get back to you and I'll speak it. I'll review and then we'll speak it.
So first step, you got to learn Farsi. Second step, I'm going to teach you how to belly dance and Persian dance. And are you laughing, Corinna?
I'm so
This is age of Aquarius. Come on, guys. You gotta learn. But
I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
I'm so very grateful. Is there anything else I can offer you to come practice with me?
Corinna, I think what we're gonna do, because I want to end this live, let's do another live next Thursday. I know I'm doing a join live with someone. I don't know who it is. But why don't you stick with us for a couple of Thursday and we'll just go from there, and Mitra can also join us. We can do my English live, 3 or 4 of us, and then we go from there and see where it leads us. How about that?
Awesome. Thank you for having me. I'm so thrilled. We are blessed and I can't wait to see you, Sudijan, in person and go together to Kroon.
Okay,
Oh my
yes.
God, you will come together. We can do a woman's retreat.
Yeah, I do men retreat next 2 weeks.
Very beautiful. I'm sending you both so much love, Sudi. I'm so grateful to share this wisdom and grace and to speak from my heart and in devotional practice with you, my dear sister. Thank you for introducing yourself to me. And Mitra, thank you. And may the blessings of this day in this most sacred way serve you, your country, our country, everyone out there. I love you all.
Yeah.
It's been a real honor.
To
Please.
become united, all of us,
Yes.
2021.
Our heart.
You are my favorite people. Oh my God.
Our heart is our land. Our connection is our border. We are borderless.
Oh, we are it. Oh my God. I'm so grateful. Super excited to know you. Please follow me on Light on Kundalini. Please, please, please take the courses I offer because they'll switch all that insecurity up to security, and you, my love, will glow.
Yes, sure.
No, that costs you nothing but love and heart and breath, and that's so.
And cost our time, the most expensive things on the planet.
Ooh, save them for your retreat and travel. Like, come and have a retreat, and we eat beautiful food, and we cook together, and we practice together. There's no separation anymore. We've connected. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sudijun, million thanks is even not enough. Merci واسه حضورت وجودت for being generous, being there for your community, for us, for the
Hang
world.
on. How can you teach me right now to say I love you in Farsi?
عاشقتم.
Say it again.
عاشقتم.
عاشق خودتم. لا
You know how you say, you know, je t'aime?
Yes.
In French is I love you, je t'aime, right?
Just say.
It's very close. عاشقتم.
Ashigitam.
عاشقتم. Bravo.
Ashigitam. I love you. I love you. Satnam, Waheguru. I'll see you soon.
Satnam. Bye everybody. See you. I'll see you next week. Karina, Mitra, you're more than welcome to show up next week, and see you all. Bye. Love and peace. Goodbye, everyone. By the way, guys, I am also on YouTube, so please follow my YouTube channel, Sudi Burnett English. Love and peace. Bye, Mitra June. Love you, honey.
Yes. Love you more.
Bye, hon. Bye. I gotta close this. Bye, everybody.